Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to pattern hack the Rosa dress to make these two amazing dresses. To make these two dresses you will need to purchase my Rosa pattern, which I will have a link to down in the description below this video. And I also have a video up on this channel showing how to make the Rosa dress step by step. So I won't be going into all the fine details on how to make this dress, but I'll instead focus on little things you can do to change the overall look of the dress. So let me show you how to pattern hack to change the Rosa pattern up a little bit to make these two beautiful dresses. First up, let's make this lovely long-sleeved tiered dress that I've made from this amazing black floral fabric. Once you've decided on the size that's right for you, I'm a size 10 for reference. Take the back bodice pattern piece and from the underarm point, widen the piece by about 2 sizes, which works out to be about 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch. Cut the rest of the template out in your size. Then do the same for the front bodice piece. So as you can see here, I'm usually a size 10 and I've widened the bottom of the pattern piece to a size 14. If you're using one of the larger sizes, just add 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch to the bottom of the pattern piece. Next, measure the length of your arm from your shoulder to your wrist. Add about 5 centimeters or 2 inches to this measurement. Then trace out the sleeve pattern piece in your size onto some tracing paper and then use a measuring tape to mark your arm measurement on the tracing paper, measuring from the top of the sleeve piece. Then line up a ruler along the side of the sleeve piece and draw a straight line until the point of the arm measurement. You should now have a long sleeve pattern piece. Then cut out your bodice and sleeve pieces. For this project you won't need the facing pieces and I'll explain why in a minute. Now it's time to cut out the tiers for the skirt. For my dress, I cut out 2 tiers at 30 centimeters or 12 inches and 1 tier at 15 centimeters or 6 inches. But you can make your tiers as long or as short as you like. However, it is important to make sure that each tier width is at least 50 centimeters or 20 inches wider than the previous tier. This is to make sure that there's enough gather between each tier to make them actually tier properly. I've made a whole video on how to make a tiered skirt like this, and I'll leave it linked down in the description below if you'd like a clearer explanation. Now, taking your bodice front template, mark the points of the side or horizontal darts onto the wrong side of your fabric. To help create the oversized look, we're going to skip the bottom or vertical darts altogether. Pin the side darts in place and stitch them together. Press the darts, making sure to press them downwards. Now, with right sides together, pin and stitch the back bodice pieces onto the front bodice piece at the shoulder seams. Take a long strip of your fabric and using a bias binding maker, make about 75 centimeters or 29.5 inches of bias binding. Alternatively, you can use some ordinary store-bought bias binding in a similar colour to your fabric. Then pin the bias binding along the neck opening edge, making sure to pin into the crease of the binding like this. Then carefully stitch the binding in place along that crease. Now fold and press the binding onto the wrong side of the fabric, encasing all of the raw seams as you pin the binding down. stitch in place. And you should have something that looks like this. Now attach a 20cm or 8-inch piece of binding along the raw edge of both sides of the back piece at the centre seam where the zip would normally go. And you should have something that's starting to look like this. Then pin and stitch the bodice side seams together. Now let's make the sleeves. With right sides together, fold the sleeve in half and pin and stitch along the side seam. Then hem the cuff of the sleeve by about 3 cm or 1 1/4 inch. As you can see, I've overlocked the raw edge, which I recommend you do. You can use a zigzag stitch if you don't own an overlocker. Stitch the cuff, making sure to leave a small opening like this. Then using a safety pin, thread a piece of thin elastic that fits comfortably around your wrist in through the opening. Once thread through, tie the elastic into a double knot. And stitch the opening closed. And you should now have a cute elasticated long sleeve like this. Now attach the sleeves to the bodice we made earlier, matching the side seams together. Again, I show you how to do this in a lot more detail in the Rosa dress instructions video. Once your sleeves are attached, fold the bodice in half with right sides together and pin and stitch along the back centre seam of the bodice, leaving the part with the bias binding unstitched. This is normally where the zip would go, but because we've made this dress nicely oversized, we won't be needing to put a zip in. And you should now have a little keyhole opening at the back like this. Then simply stitch a button and make a loop with some thread at the back. And your bodice is complete. Now gather and sew the different tiers of the skirt together. Again, check out my video where I show you how to do this step by step. And then attach the skirt to the bodice, hem the entire bottom of the skirt, and your lovely oversized dress is complete. Now let me show you how to make this amazing open-backed dress. For this dress, I'm using this lovely linen fabric that I'll have a link to in the description below. Start by cutting out all the pieces of the Rosa dress in your size. For the skirt of this dress, I'm using the longer skirt option. Like the previous dress, take the front bodice piece and mark out the horizontal or side darts and pin and stitch them in place. We're also going to be skipping the bottom darts for this project. Next, take your back bodice pieces and press the raw edge of the center seam side in about 1 centimeter or half an inch twice. Stitch in place. And your back pieces should now look like this. With right sides together, pin and stitch the back bodice pieces to the front bodice piece at the shoulder seams. At the same time, take your facing pieces and pin them together at the shoulder seams too. Once stitched, pin the facing to the bodice again with right sides together and matching the seams together too. As you can see, there is a bit of extra fabric on the facing, so simply trim the excess fabric away until it's the same size as the hemmed bodice back piece. Stitch in place, and then fold and tuck the facing to the back of the bodice, pressing until the neck opening sits nice and flat. Fold the back bodice piece onto the front bodice piece with right sides together and pin and stitch along the side seam. Next, take your sleeve pieces and fold and stitch them together along the side seam. Then hem the bottom of the sleeve by folding the raw edge in about 1 centimeter or half an inch twice. Then attach the sleeve to the bodice, gathering the top of the sleeve if needed and matching the underarm seam together. Remember to check out the Rosa dress video for more details on how to do this. And your bodice should now look like this. Now, taking some of your leftover fabric, cut out 2 rectangles that are approximately 65 by 6.5 centimeters or 25.5 by 2.5 inches. These are going to be the ties at the back. Press these rectangles in half and then unfold them and then fold the raw edges to the center crease. Then fold it in half once more. Stitch together along both sides of the tie. Place the tie at the top center of the back and fold the back facing on top of the tie, pinning it in place. Stitch the facing down, attaching the tie as you stitch. Then fold the facing out right side and the tie is now neatly attached. Fold and press the back center edge again. It turns out I could have gotten away with just folding it once at the beginning. And top stitch along the center back and neck opening edges. Tie the ties into a bow. And you should have a stunning open back bodice like this. Next, measure your bust and add about 2 or so centimeters or 1.5 inches to this measurement. We won't be putting a zip in this dress either, so you'll need the dress to fit over your bust as you put it on. You don't want it to be too oversized though, or people will be able to see straight down that back opening. Simply sew the skirt piece as shown in the instruction video. And gather it up until it can comfortably pass over your bust, but not too much bigger. Pin the bodice to the skirt, matching the side seams together, remembering that you will have a part of the skirt that won't be attached to the bodice where the opening is at the back. Stitch in place. And overlock or zigzag stitch along the raw edge of the fabric to prevent it from fraying. And your lovely open back dress is complete. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a go at using any of these pattern hacking techniques, I would love to see them. So be sure to tag me at Rosery Apparel when you share your pictures on Instagram. I feel like there's still so many different ways you can pattern hack, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, I would love to hear them too. So be sure to leave any of your ideas down in the comments below, and I might make another video like this soon. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more sewing videos like this one. Have a lovely day and thanks for watching!